Hello. Okay, so another as part of some asynchronous work for you. Um, some of you got this hard copy already, right? So you can fill this in if you like. For those who have not been in the classroom at all, I mean, you have this digitally. It's in the folder in the 2A parentheses blue book folder. Okay, so let me explain some things for you for some grammar fun time. Disclaimer, I did not make this. Okay. Guided notes, reflexive verbs. All right, follow along and I'll add some other additional commentary here as I see fit. Okay, but let's just start off with it says accompany some YouTube video. If you want, you can go Spanish reflexive verbs by Cyber Profe. If you want to just YouTube that, search for that and get that explanation. I don't know whose sheet this is. I don't know who this belongs to, but I'm like, this looks good. It's been circling our department though. I think, I don't know. A reflexive verb tells what one does to oneself. Okay, like a mirror reflecting the action back into the subject, onto the subject. So, for example, lavar means to wash, right? Yo lavo los platos. Mi hermana y yo lavamos el carro, right? However, if you're washing yourself, like your face, then it's reflexive. So, for example, it becomes not lavar, which is to wash, but rather lavarse. To wash oneself is what that say is. Okay. So look at the back. Look what we got going on here. I don't know why I'm looking at the sheets right here on the screen too. Optional subject pronouns. Subject pronouns are always optional. Like they're always left out of, day-to-day Spanish conversation if we already know who we're talking about, right? But again, as a review, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, right? Nosotros or nosotras, depending on the gender of we. Vosotros for you all, that used in primarily in Spain. Vosotros or vosotras, the at sign is like an OA combination thing for you. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, right? So they masculine, they feminine, and ustedes, you all, right? Now, the mandatory reflexive object pronouns on the right-hand side here receives the action. So myself is the word me. It also means me, and to me. Me's got a couple meanings in Spanish. Same thing with te, right? So, but it's yourself, not to you in this case. Se is him or herself for yourself formal. Like, hey, señor güey, ¿a qué hora se levanta? If you want to refer to me, more formally you. Nos for ourselves, right? Os is yourselves, which in Spain, you're never going to hear it unless you figure I want to go to España someday. But just be aware that it's there, okay? And then their selves and yourselves is se, right? So if I told all of you at once, hey, clase, levántense, like all of you get up, stand up, okay? Lift yourself up. So you notice that se has two different, could mean himself, herself, or their self, depending on the context. Okay. Well, to further solidify it, the ending of the verb would be solidifying who's doing it, obviously. So se llama, right? Maria se llama. I'm sorry. The girl's name, la chica se llama. Las chicas se llaman with an N on it. Okay. Because the verb endings is still this verb endings. I hate to say that there's no such thing as verb endings, but the whole word itself is there, despite there a reflexive pronoun in front. It doesn't have anything to affect the ending of the verb, in other words. So what are some common reflexive verbs? There they are. Levantarse, to lift oneself up. Lavarse, cepillarse, secarse, bañarse, peinarse, llamarse. That's your first one from Spanish 1. ¿Cómo te llamas? How do you call yourself? Me llamo Caleb. I call myself Caleb. Me llamo Priya. Common reflexive verbs now with stem changing in there. Ooh, right? Despertarse. We already heard that in special person. A qué hora te despiertas? Despier. It's an IE in there in the conjugation. but not in the we form though. Vestirse, that's to get dressed is what that word means. It goes to ir I in the present tense. So if I want to say I get dressed, it's just me. I don't have to say yo me, just me visto, visto. I go to bed. Me acuesto goes to a UE, just like jugar, juego, and puedo, right? And the breakdown of the conjugation. Dormirse, duerma, right? So me duermo, I fall asleep. Okay. And bonus, there's the stem changing doesn't exist in the past tense, right? It's just me dormi, me acosté, me vesti, me desperté. There's no all these little stem things. It's only in the present tense. Okay. Okay, down below. Levantarse is to get up. Okay, so ignore the se and conjugate the infinitive according to the subject. Right. If we want to just say that verb endings exist. Okay. O, as, a, amos, anan, even though we store it as whole words in our mental lexicon. But if you notice here, I already filled in this for you. So if you want to fill this in, go ahead. Okay. But you have this copy in the document already filled out for you. Me levanto, I get myself up. I put the past next to it. I got up. I lift, me levanté, E accent. Te levantas. How, at what time do you get up normally? A qué hora te levantas? Right? What time did you get up this morning? A qué hora te levantaste? Because getting up and waking up is two different things, right? I can wake up. That doesn't mean I'm getting up yet. Okay. Se levanta, she gets up, he gets up, levantó, she se levantó, right? Nos levantamos or nos levantamos, it's an AR verb, so present past tense. It's still levantamos could mean we get up or we, got up or we get up. Verb form still the same. It's just based on context. You'd figure it out. Vosotros os levantáis. I barely say it because I never hear it in the input, but Spaniards, hola clase. I don't know. I try to come up with examples at the last minute. Levantasteis. I don't say it. I've never said it in 15 years, that word. So, and I don't hear it ever. So sometimes some words are hard for me to just be able to say offhand because I don't hear it in the input. Ellos, ellas se levantan. They get up or they get up. Or levantaron. All right, so they got up. All right, let's move on to the next page because I already feel like this video is running way long. And you don't have to watch this necessarily. If you get it by just looking at the sheet, then you don't have to watch any of this video if you don't want any examples or me to talk a little bit more about what's here. Okay, so that's up to you. Watch out. Like I said, I did not write these notes. Saying cepillo mis dientes is incorrect. You can't translate it literally from English and sound good. Okay. Why, you may ask? Well, first, you must include the reflexive pronoun, right? Because you're brushing your teeth. So you have to say me cepillo. You can't just say cepillo mis dientes. Okay. Because the teeth are a part of you. And okay. So you still use the me, te, se, nos, os, or say in front of it. The correct way to say I brush my teeth is me cepillo los dientes. And that's a lot of times too. I brush, it sounds weird, but it's kind of like saying myself, I brush the teeth versus myself, I brush my teeth. Me cepillo mis dientes. That's just Spanish speakers don't say the word my when they're attaching it, or his or her, those words when they're attaching it to some body part. So if I want to say like my head hurts, me duele la cabeza, like the hurt, it's like saying the head hurts me, even though it's my head. But you wouldn't really say me duele mi cabeza, me duele mi cabeza. Yeah, you might. I mean, you'd be understood, but I don't really hear many Spanish speakers saying that. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so you use the word the instead. Los dientes. I wash my face. Me siento. I'm sorry. Me lavo la cara. Instead of saying me lavo mi cara, me lava los manos versus mis manos. But you'd be understood, but you got to keep the direct, what do you call it? The word the versus my as her. Okay. The correct way to say I brushed my, okay, don't worry. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Well, the more you hear it and the more you engage in the input through reading and interpersonal like communication and interpretation of meaning is when you'll eventually produce it yourselves. Because sometimes you're going to use L1, language one interference, and just say mis zapatos or mis manos, because yeah, mis manos. Yeah. Okay. Now it's your turn, but I already did it for you. So just asking you to put in the pronouns again, right? So his, they, and you formal. So it's like his, herself, his self, herself, or yourself. It's say, nos for our, nosotros is we, ourself is nos, él, ella, he, she, you formal, usted, but say for he, himself, she, herself, and yourself is say, and myself is me. It's all jumbled, so you don't do the predicting like I down to they. So whoever made this wanted to have it all jumbled up, so you're not just going from I to they all the time like you do in your verb conjugations. All right, down below in the last part, translate the sentence using words from the word bank. All right, I already did it for you. So I get myself up, me levanto, right? We comb our hair, nos peinamos. Oh, I didn't put our hair. El pelo, okay? Not nuestro pelo. That would sound weird using the word our. Just say the. Okay, el pelo. Nos peinamos el pelo. He dries his hair. Se seca el pelo instead of su pelo. I didn't catch the rest. Just if you want to write in el pelo for number 3 after se seca there. Number 4, you all brush your teeth. Os cepilláis. That came in. I don't hear it that often, ever. Os cepilláis. What does it say? Your teeth. Los dientes. Okay. The dogs don't bathe themselves. Los perros no se vayan. Okay. From bañarse, to bathe oneself. And then number 6, finally going full circle back to Spanish 1, week 1. Me llamo. Okay. Then check your answers with the video, but we've already done everything here. All right. Stop. Well, I'm not going to, I think we're good, right, everybody? So sounds good. There's your little reflexive practice or, note taking. And, we already did in special person. We've been hearing this already. ¿A qué hora te despiertas normalmente? What time do you wake yourself up normally in the morning for school? ¿A qué hora te acuestas normalmente? At what time do you go to bed? Lie yourself down in the evening normalmente, right? What time did you wake up yesterday morning? ¿A qué hora te despertaste ayer? What time did you go to bed last night? ¿A qué hora te acostaste? Like what time did you lay down, right? En la cama. ¿A qué hora te acostaste anoche? I went to bed I lied down at 11 and then at night. Me acosté a las 11. Right? Do you brush your teeth? ¿Te cepillo los dientes? No me cepillo los dientes. We'll just start working with the reflexive as much as we can in communicative practice and stories. And do the best we can. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm going to stop rambling here and we're going to stop this video. If you want to check this out, fine. If you don't think it's necessary, well, if at this point you've already watched the whole video, but the sheet should be pretty self-explanatory without my little video here. So anyways, but it's out there for those who want it. Anyways, I'm Senor Way, and happy Spanish acquisition. Adios.